Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad you decided to tune in. Fans, today, if you follow Dodgers Dogs or Dodgers Daily at all, you know this is one of my favorite players in the entire system for a million different reasons that we're going to get into today. Austin Gauthier, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we just went over this a minute ago. First thing I'm always going to ask you anytime I get a chance to interview is, you know, undrafted free agent, Hofstra, it's freezing cold playing college baseball all the way to AAA. Man, how did we get here?
You know, it was a lot, man. You know, I think that's the joy in it, is the process behind everything that gets you to a certain point in this game. And I remember I was actually talking to my Hofstra hitting coach a couple days ago, and we were talking about rolling out the carpets in the volleyball gym at like 6 a.m. midnight just to get some swings in.
Made you tough, didn't it?
Made you tough, made you disciplined. But there's a lot that goes into it, man. I mean, that's kind of the joy, the suck, you know, a little bit, and that's kind of the way that you have to trick yourself in this game, is just like enjoying the process more instead of chasing after results.
Yeah, I think I know of course, the second question I'm always going to ask you, I think I already know the answer. Who in the heck taught you how to hit? I love as many walks as strikeouts, the hitting the ball to the big part of the field, opposite field power, opposite field everything. Who taught you how to hit?
Well, I'll start off first by saying my dad was a big Yankees fan. I was also a big Yankees fan growing up, so watching Derek Jeter growing up, just idolized him,
yeah.
how he went about the game. I wanted to hit it to the opposite field just like him. So I remember growing up, when we first moved from Wyoming to Virginia, we had a batting cage. And I just remember going in there, hitting to the right side off the tee, just like Derek Jeter. And then got to college and started to learn the ins and outs of the games from Matt Wessinger, who's now at Duke, just officially came out. So
They can hit.
Yeah, and he taught me sitting pitches, what to look for in certain situations, different mechanical changes too, but I would say all the credit goes to Matt Wessinger.
Yeah. So you put a lot of muscle on in the off season, hoping to add more power. We talked about this great offensive process, hitting the ball up the middle, hitting the ball to the right side. That's great, but in 2025, people want to see the home runs. They want to see the slugs. So you tried to add some. How'd that go for you?
It did not go as planned.
Yeah.
I think that was the one thing coming in last year, is pressing a lot at this level. You see all the numbers in the PCL league, you got double-digit homers, and you start to press and become someone who you're not. And I think this year is finally coming down to the conclusion that that's not me. You know, we're just fighting back to get to who we are as a baseball player and as a hitter. And hopefully it's starting to turn the corner a little bit.
Is there one specific moment where you remember going home going, you know what, dude, I just got to be Gator again?
That's a great question. I would probably say it probably happened over the last month maybe. I'd say over All-Star break it probably happened, where it's just like, all right, you know what, like, enough of this back and forth thing. Let's just sell out.
Yeah.
And obviously you're going to have, I mean, you're not going to go full for every game, but let's just sell out to what got you here, you know? So we're going to try and do that for the next 8-9 weeks and see where that takes me.
You've always been a very team-oriented type of guy. You've been really big on trying to prove people wrong, being the UDFA guy. So have you found yourself putting more pressure on yourself and being in AAA one phone call away?
Again, like I said, that was huge last year. You know, you get up to AAA, you're playing with a lot of older guys, big names that are coming here to rehab, and you want to play well. You obviously want to play well, and sometimes when you put so much pressure on yourself, you don't let the natural instinct, natural talent take over. So, yeah, I would say there is a little pressure. I mean, pressure is a privilege, though, and that's another thing of just tricking yourself, being like, hey, like this is good to be feeling this way. So just getting back to just thinking for myself instead of against myself.
Yeah. Kind of in the same genre there. You stand out there in a AAA diamond, you see Alex Freeland get pulled up, you see all these guys. I mean, Dodgers are making a million different transactions. How do you keep from standing out there and just letting your mind wander what it would be like to be a major leaguer?
Well, that's what routine is for, you know. We all have daily routines, and I think that's something that I pride myself on, is just sticking to the routine, you know, control what you can control, obviously control the controllables, and one day you'll look up and you'll be where you want to be.
Yeah, so if I were to ask you, you mentioned, hey, all the power you wanted to add, just, hey, let's go back to being Gator. Define what the best version of Austin Gauthier would be if you had your choice.
I would say gap-to-gap hitter, singles and doubles, and walking. You know, I think that's more than enough, and it took me a while to realize that that is enough in this game, and that's something that can be looked at as different, but also playing good defense. You know,
Yeah.
I would like to get another shot at becoming more consistent at defense at different positions. But again, I think this year the good thing about being at second base every day is finding myself, getting myself back to me at the plate.
Yeah. So what things do you feel like, if you got the call tomorrow, what things do you feel like you could hang your hat on at the major league level? If you're doing well enough right now, what things do you think you need to work on the most?
Just continuing to have solid team at bats. You know, I think it's the same thing where it's just swinging at strikes and laying off the balls, walking for the team again on base, and letting those power guys drive me in, and obviously playing consistent defense.
Well, within about 10, we're going to get to the same amount of walks as we do strikeouts this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
always
fantastic.
do.
Yeah.
Always do.
Great goal. Got a message for the kids?
Just continue to work hard every day. You know, you never know what could happen, and truly a big believer in if you work hard every day, you get luckier and luckier, and things eventually work out.
Austin Gauthier, love talking to you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.